Day 3, February 11th. We are live. Are we live? Let's just check. Make sure my audio is not messed up like the first time. Day 3. Alright, we're good. It's late, but I felt that I had to go live because we're actually making progress, and we were wrong about a lot of things. We were definitely wrong about a lot of things, but a lot of new answers have come out, and I think we're in a really good spot now to at least figure out what our next moves are. So starting with this February 9th update, because we had just missed this with the timing last time, he said this isn't easy. There's a lot of people for whom puzzle hunts are second nature, but many of you are new to this kind of thing. Because of that, we see people finding and solving many of the puzzles, but also lots of other people wondering how to make more progress. We have some suggestions to help even it out. First, you should work together. We never said you had to do this alone. Only one person can claim the prize, but it's probably not possible for one person to find and solve everything. So join puzzle Slack groups, Discord groups, subreddits, where you can catalog everything that you find. Start a wiki where you list potential puzzles and possible paths and solutions. Draw on all the world's resources. Nobody's got $1 million yet. There's still time to catch up. Find friends and share. I can't talk. All right. So what did I do? I went and I joined Slack groups. I joined Discord groups. We had already been looking at subreddit. I have been scouring everywhere for clues, and yeah, this has been super helpful. Some of these Discord groups are pumping right now. I don't know if you guys have seen some of these things. They're a bit overwhelming, but it's really good for getting answers and stuff like that. I'm joining as many as I can because just because one group is working really well, it doesn't mean that they know everything. So I think it's important to stay balanced in that. So this was the first hint that we got. Some of these puzzles use codes you can find online. With the Super Bowl ad, almost everything Jimmy passes by is a clue. Look up, down, forward, backward, and behind the scenes. Figure out how to get an answer from each weird thing. In the bank, the same is true, but you will need specific content from the Super Bowl ad to solve anything there. Last but not least, if you found the video's playlist pinned comments, each puzzle ends in a word. That makes up part of a 9-word clue in order. The word lengths are 5, 9, 5, 7, 8, 4, 9, 6, and 5. This will help define the nature of the search. If you can get the 9-word clue, you'll take the first step of your journey. There's a direct way through this ultra hard puzzle hunt. You can find it, then you can win $1 million. So with that clue, and we'll go over what we were thinking yesterday. That clue, we came to find out in these Discord groups. What do we have? So this is the answer, and they have the answer for each puzzle. But it was every challenge leads towards location name, one around the world. Is that what it is exactly? No, it was somewhere around the world. Every challenge leads towards location name somewhere around world. A and the they just added so it flowed better. But so we know that this is the answer to the puzzles. Like we had said yesterday, never thought that we were going to have to just solve all those on our own. That just would be crazy. And knew that that wasn't going to just be like the final step. But yeah, so that's the answer. If you are curious, you can go through. They have solutions to all these puzzles and how you can get to these words. But you can believe at this point that this is the answer. So then that takes us into today, where we got hint number 2. This was a recap. So they said we'll summarize. We can't see stuff happening in places we can't see, which is great. Solve it publicly or privately, it's up to you. The hunt has 3 main hubs in this first stage. Yes, there's stages like rooms in the vault, but more on that another day. Hub 1 is the video playlist. We've seen tens of thousands of solutions to these puzzles and the overall message there. Are you making progress on it? If not, hit up a solving group on Slack, Discord, Reddit, or somewhere else, and we expect people will bring you up to speed. So we did it, and that's what they're talking about, is every challenge leads towards location name somewhere around the world. So that's just, like I said, we didn't have to solve that. We just kind of know that that's going to be a thing. Hub 2 is a commercial that aired on Sunday. We've seen many solutions to some of the puzzles there, but a number of the puzzles are looting folks. This is where finding friends can help you a lot. And they get into this more down below. Sorry, 72. It's just somebody spamming my chat. Okay, never mind. Hub 3 is the bank. A lot of people are stuck on the puzzles in that, and for good reason. They're only solvable if you use an element of the other major video, which we'll talk about in today's hint below. So that's the part they're going to get to. There are at least 2 more stages, and we can't say much about them yet. Maybe tomorrow, maybe. So one of the things that I'm going to say today, and we'll add to our notepad, is you can just wait till the last stage to start doing this challenge if you want. Genuinely, by the time access to the last stages come out, it's very likely that it's out there to the masses and that a wide group of people have it, and it will spread like wildfire. So if you did wait till that point, maybe you'd get like a slight disadvantage, someone would be slightly ahead of you, but I think you're basically fine to wait to that point. So don't feel too rushed at this point. Alright, but let's look at hint 2. Here's a video about the bank. Some of you have already figured this out. The video of the bank was released before the big game. We didn't want anything solved before that point. So we made the bank video clues extra hard in a specific way. We tied each screen in the Salesforce computer lab to one clue in the bank video. Which screen goes with which clue, that's up to you to figure out. Each is used only once, so once you tie a screen to a bank video clue, you won't use it for any other clue. Oh, there's one other thing we want to tell you about today. In one of the behind the scenes videos, you might have seen Puzzle Master Mike drop a crossword puzzle. That crossword is here, which he says here, it leads to this. And you can just see him holding it. Where's the picture? You can see him holding it, and you can like zoom in and try to look at it. Someone did post the full puzzle, which makes it way easier. Let me copy our sentence into the notepad because I don't want to forget this. This we feel really good about. We know that. The crossword, yes. Let me grab the link to that as well because someone did post that somewhere. Where did they post that? Hint 2. Can discuss this in hint 2. Crossword link. Bang. You can see that here. So this crossword we know is going to be that crossword might also be a key to stage 2. Maybe you can find it out there, or maybe you can zoom in. So he's basically saying we're gonna need this. You could try to look at that zoomed in picture of him to figure it out, or actually we have the full thing here, so don't worry about that. Either way, it doesn't have any clues yet. The more progress you make, the more the clues will fill in. You'll need those for the end game. So for right now, this is kind of worthless, but this is going to be filled in. I've seen people trying to like come up with filled in answers and just random stuff. I don't know what they're like. People are just putting stuff in here. I think that's just kind of based on nothing. I wouldn't worry about this. I think you can wait on this because this is gonna get solved by the masses, and it's gonna be like he was saying earlier, like everyone's gonna kind of solve it together, and it's just not possible for one person to do on their own anyway. So I'm not like rushing to solve it or anything. Need for stage 2. All right, so that's where we're at for right now. So the only thing that's I guess pending at this point would be this bank video and kind of going through this and looking back at that computer lab scene and comparing those side by side. Let me see here. Alright, so these are the computer screens that he's talking about. And each one of these is tied to a clue. I don't know. I'm assuming all of these in the back as well. The video on the bank. We tied each screen, so not computer screen, each screen in the computer lab. Okay, that makes a difference to one clue in the bank video. So we're basically looking at stuff in here, and then we're looking at the bank video to see which one's a bank video. This is a bank video. So there's so much random shit, like we were saying, that happens in here. Like he gets a parking ticket, double parking, and she comes in and flips him off. It's like, what is going on here? Like that just felt weird. So stuff like that is gonna tie to stuff here. Like that one specifically, I feel like that could tie to something, right? Like, what would it be though? Double parking, flipping off. I don't even know. Like, what is this one? The face and the D, spider. There's just so much random stuff. I've been trying to see if, you know, what this Discord group's coming up. I haven't found anything conclusive for right now. You can see they're just kind of going through it. Is the document compiling? Let's check this out. Possible barcode. All right, so this is basically every piece of evidence that's out there right now. Can anyone just edit this though? Possible barcode. Not everything on this talk is guaranteed to be real. Every challenge leads towards, yep, we know that. Birds. Hint 1. 7-3, we did mention this. Yeah, people are talking about all the different numbers in here. Like I said yesterday, Mr. Beast couldn't plan the score to be 6-0. He couldn't plan to take a picture with 309 because, like, if the clock was moving, then you'd have literally 1 second to take the picture, and that's gonna like swing the challenge unless he based that step after the fact. Clocks, people have all the different times. It is weird that the times are not the same minute hand. So that could definitely be something. Maybe something here. If you look at the sections that are highlighted below, they say East, NUSA. These are just, there's a province in Indonesia. That could be one of the location things from the puzzle step. Numbers added in, not an original video. There's a small submarine on the bottom corner of the briefcase, maybe correlated to puzzle 4. People are just going through videos. This is the puzzle. We have this, working on filling out the crossword with hints from behind the scenes. Checking the crossword tab. I don't think there's any possible way you could feel confident in any of your answers right now. Working on filling out the crossword. Oh, we just read that. The bank video. Best customers are celebrities and YouTubers. Potential clue in air rack. Did anyone notice the weird shapes on the crosswalk to the right? Could be an AI artifact, but the other crosswalk looks normal. Perhaps Google view. Crosswalk solved as dice. What is he talking about? Right here? The weird shapes on the crosswalk to the right. I don't know. I don't really see anything there. Hints, we have those. Website video, puzzles, we went through those. Celebrity hints. If you guys are looking for, you know, links to any of these Discords or these Google Docs or anything like that, definitely just let me know. I'm gonna grab the link to this as well, just as a thing to have. Random clips, celebrity hints, cities found, what's in the name. The only reasonable city name that is found within the title of a place is Vatican City. Wait, what is this? Jack P. McKenna clip? Deck 1. And the cards say city name found within the official title of this place? Circular riddle. The only reasonable city name that is found with the official title of a place is Vatican City. I don't know. This seems crazy. I still contend that Jersey is one of them. That was one of our points yesterday. Converting the missing cards. Some of this stuff is just like people post this into ChatGPT and ChatGPT runs with it and it comes out with something crazy. Like some of the stuff I don't know how people are coming up with it or where these are even coming from. Like Maria, I appreciate the effort, but I just don't know if I agree. Crossword. People think they're cooking here. Bottom portion that's linked in hint 2. Like, people are just putting in stuff. Bear, violation, dunk, bank, peace, Tokyo. But, like, how do they know these? Potential words. Miss Mabel? Like, come on. You don't know that to be true. Mike drops his puzzle in this clip. Beastland, it says open, so that's for the 1 down. Both guesses work for 149 across. When was the last time you got a bear? In this video, the thumbnail is money bag emoji 8 flying money 4. They mentioned money multiple times. 84 down money. That's possible. I just can't feel like that's a way that these get solved. Get 15 tanks. 15 down tanks. 19 down talk like a pirate. Like, I don't know, dude. All of these, I think we're gonna get more clues on the crossword, so I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Let's take a look at Reddit. I think that Reddit is probably way behind all of our Discords and Google Docs and whatever else we have going on. Let's just go Mr. Beast new, right? Hint 2 discussion in Brooklyn. If Jimmy wants us to solve this together, let's do it. The way I read hint 2, we are to map the screens from the lab to something in the bank. Exactly. I think it's calendar dates. Here are my thoughts. Is each screen a month to select from a sequence, or should it be considered as a whole? For instance, the spider dancery, is that 2 days to select from, or is that spy? Given 12 screens, I think they are months, and each flash represents a day, which helps us whittle down the options. Here are my notes on the carousels of each screen. Alright, 12 screens in 12 months, I agree with that. I don't really get what he's saying about flashes. I feel like that can't be it. Here are my notes. Green. Magenta can. Dylan. D. So Candyland. Okay, that's the face one, actually. That one's interesting, right? Can. That's Dylan Efron and D. So Candyland. What would Candyland have to tie to? We have to tie that to something in this video, Candyland? Like a board game, or like, I'm trying to think what ties to that. Let's look in the Discord and see if they have any like Candyland discussions going on. Let's just do Candyland. Have we figured out the Candyland clue? Not that I've seen, but I did know that the background colors lead to the shortcut pass. Red, red, blue, blue, green leads to the shortcut pass on the Candyland board. Interesting. Yeah, everyone's definitely knows that that's Candyland. Somewhere with 8-letter words. Candyland. Everyone on the earth has Candyland, bruh. I mean, this was like 15 minutes after the clue came out, and the guy's already like flaming someone for like being happy they got it. Found one that might be the easiest. The green light shows 4 images, the same bird. Alright. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but some of these I definitely do agree with. I think that this person has some that I believe, but not all of them. The dates, everyone's so obsessed with these red dates that are circled. Means a swing carousel and bus carousel have to be August, November, December. Like, what does that even mean? Here's some Brooklyn NYC hints. Yeah, this is like, this guy is cooking, but also like kind of rambling. Like, I don't. Yeah, the NY hat I do agree with. Jimmy, birthplace could be Barclay Hotel. We decided was LA. Subway lines. I don't know. I think if there's anything in New York, it's the Mr. Beast burger in New Jersey, but this is kind of a lot of just rambling. I'm not going to look too much more into that. Hint 2 crossword puzzle. If anyone wants a direct link, just Google Loan Shark Games. Yeah, Loan Shark Games is getting some website traffic with this puzzle here, I guess. 170 words. Well, damn. Yeah, you're not gonna just solve that on your own. We'll get it as a group. Don't worry. We just have to be ready to go when stage 3 comes out. That's I would say the main thing at this point. Hint 2. Let's look at that. New social media post. Clue. Did he just post it? Bunch of random letters and stuff. What are people saying about that? I didn't see this. Beast holding E, Fallon holding MR. Letters can be arranged to Jimmy's birthplace. So where was he born? Fallon in Brooklyn, him in Wichita, Kansas. So that could be one of the places for the challenge hint. Haven't seen anyone talking about this clue. Yeah, I haven't either, and I think it's definitely the 73. I feel like not people aren't like he literally said this was going to be a clue in some way, shape, or form. A number from this picture. So everyone's talking Big Bang Theory. I have seen that actually when anyone does talk about it. Bazinga. I feel like it can't be Sheldon Cooper though. I don't know. Are the puzzle clues out there? I have 8 words. This app feels illegal. It's an ad. It's late. If you submit more than 20, it just deletes your last answer. That's kind of whack. I don't know. You guessed 20 times and you're wrong. I think you should be happy that you're getting another guess. Alright, I think that's all we're going to get out of Reddit. So let's just go over real quick yesterday and today. Yesterday, the theory that I had was a real-world clue will be placed at the first physical Mr. Beast restaurant located at the American Dream Mall. I feel less good about this today, but I definitely still think it could be this. I think that, I mean, we did learn that every challenge leads towards a location name somewhere around the world, so that could be the answer. You know what, I am gonna actually star that because I do think that that's gonna be one of them. Everyone else who's saying other stuff, like they're just guessing, so I feel good about that. I know that it's kind of maybe based on a little bit of a guess, but alright, and then what else we said? We're still in phase 1 of the puzzle. Puzzle's likely unsolvable. For now, we're just setting the groundwork. This is still very true. I'm gonna even like one up that. I'm gonna say put this here. I'll say we just have to be ready to go for stage 3. Stage 2 will need to be solved as a group, at least for the majority. Yeah, I think that's fine. The 9 puzzles do not need to be solved. I was vindicated on that. Not literally, like they kind of needed to be solved, but we were able to do them as a group, so that works. I don't really think I need this as a point, so because that ties in with this being answered. And then I'm still gonna keep the number 3 in this. I didn't mean to delete that. I'm still gonna keep this as a note, just because I think that could be something. The rest of this, I don't think it's really that relevant anymore. And then we just have this Google Doc down here, which is a little bit helpful, but there's also a lot of nonsense in there. So to review for today, what is today? Wednesday, February 11th. The 9 puzzles have been solved. The answers are every challenge leads towards location name somewhere around world. The A and the are just added there to make the sentence flow better. So you don't need to solve the 9 puzzles at this point. Like I said earlier, maybe the skills used to solve them could come in handy at another point, but if you haven't solved them yet, all the answers are up in Discords, on Reddit, wherever you might go to look. If you don't have them, let me know. But there's no need to solve them anymore. Next, we just have to be ready to go for stage 3. Like Jimmy said, we're in stage 1 now. Stage 2 will be the crossword puzzle, and that's probably going to be solved as a group, at least for a majority of the puzzles. So as long as we're ready to go for stage 3, I don't think we need to rush for stage 1 and 2 getting them solved. Just kind of stay in the know, and like I said, keep your ear to as many Discord servers as you can and whatever else. I'm gonna move this up just because this is definitely way more relevant. I'll commit to not starring that because I guess I'm not positive about this. This is the link to the crossword puzzle. Just need for stage 2. It's really unsolvable at this point, so I'm not that worried about it. I still think a real world clue is going to be located at the first physical Mr. Beast restaurant at the American Dream Mall. We were way off yesterday with our theories, so maybe this is based on nothing, and maybe it makes no sense, but to me it still seems like it could be valid, so I'm down to at least float it out there. Keeping note of the 73 in the IG pick. I was thinking maybe it was like Squid Games number 73 or something like that. People on Reddit think it's Sheldon Cooper Bazinga 73. I doubt that, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. And then the last note that we just have here is just this Google Doc where there's, as you can see from the preview, not everything on this doc is guaranteed to be real. Most of it is not real, but there's a few useful things on there. So that's where we're at as of Wednesday. He did say that a new clue could be coming out tomorrow, but probably not. Maybe tomorrow, maybe. That makes me think that it's not going to be tomorrow. But we're gonna keep listening to these Discord groups. If you're interested, there are people that are literally going through stuff right now, but there's a lot of yapping and nonsense going on in here, so it can get to be a lot. But anyways, that's it for right now, guys. I appreciate any support if there is any. Just kind of having fun with this, so